Hello, my name is Martin Grassindzър, you might know me. I'm now working with the Human Design system for about 26 years. At this time I met Ra in private. He introduced me to the system before it went out into the world, and we had a very fruitful relationship. My perspective right from the start was as a therapist. I was working as a holistic, natural healer, and I was always looking for something that gives me the chance to be more precise in terms of the individuality of a human being. We are all unique, and the Human Design system is quite the best we can have to identify every single aspect down to the cellular level. It's fascinating. So 10 years ago, something happened even extraordinary, but it was more on the therapeutical level. It was something that a doctor from Spain, he brought it into the German-speaking area. And it was called the so-called transfer factor. I've never heard something about. And she explained it. It's something that's from Mother Nature. It's given to all newborns of every single life form. Immediately in my brain it came up with, okay, we know the designer forms, we know the plants, we know the mammals, we know the reptiles, the birds, the single cell, everything. So if it's for everything, it's a basic unit of from Mother Nature, of life, and it's very important. So it's given to all the newborns. What's the purpose of this? The purpose is just to give every life form, no matter if it's a bird, a mammal, a human being, doesn't matter, the chance to build up an individual immune system. Just look. When we are in the womb of the mother, we receive an innate immune system, just to have something in order to be able to resist. And this is just common. But when we were born in a specific environment, and the environment is always different. And we are also always different. So now we need a special immune system on top, an acquired immune system. It has to be learned. It has to be strong. It has to be very fast. And this is what this so-called transfer factor is doing. It was always discovered in 1949. At this time, the biotechnology wasn't at this place where it's today, so that it was possible really to work with it. But now, it's about 20 years ago, there was a man who suffered from a severe disease and looking for a solution, and nothing helped. Natural medicine didn't help, traditional medicine didn't help, pharmaceutical didn't help, it getting worse and worse. So he was just looking, and all of a sudden he discovered there's this patent about these so-called transfer factors. He was interested in, he tried it, he got healed in the end, and then he said, this is something that has to be brought out to the world. Because there are so many people outside. They are looking for the solution. They have tried everything. And to me, it was something similar. Because you can imagine, 26, working with design as a therapist, you get in contact with so many people. They know their design, they know everything, they know their inner authority, they know their type, their strategy, their PHS, everything, but they still suffer on something. So, obviously, it's not the solution that you know everything. And maybe that you obey all of these laws, and it's appropriate to do so. So there was always this question inside of me, okay, there's something missing on the physical level. And my question was, or what I was looking for, I was searching something that gives me the chance to protect the integrity of my individuality on the physical plane. How it works on the map, but it's not the landscape in the body graph. I know, I was trained, I tell the people, but that's not the solution. We are living in these vehicles. We were thrown into this world. It's about the flesh. So to me, there was a situation when I just came to this synthesis to see, okay, we have one side where we know everything in a sense intellectual, we can obey these laws, And there's also something in the same spirit of the human design system, just to say the most important part given from Mother Nature is individuality. It has to be educated, it has to be strengthened, so that we have the chance to have the resilience in the world we are living, really to withstand what we call the so-called not self. Just make it simple. Take a look at your chart. And you see there are several aspects. They are, in a specific sense, we say they are activated, say they are fixed. But this is, if you look at the planets on the left side, on the right side, so it can be 26 aspects if there's nothing double, and then it's over. So most of the part in your body graph, no matter what kind it is open. So you have always on 1/3, in a sense, it's the self, and 2/3, it's open. It's the risk, in a sense, of the not self. So there's the question, do you have a resilience against it? Do you have the power to stay with yourself? And this is the matter of intelligence in the inside. And this transfer factor, it's a tiny little amino acid sequence given from Mother Nature. It's cross-species. It can be taken from this species and this species, and so we can deal with it for ourselves, for animals, for every life form on this planet, and to rearrange it. Just to give you an example. Maybe, and let's go down to the cellular level. If this is a single cell, and this single cell is just losing track, and it's just used to work like this, and going on and on and on. And now you put substance into it. It gets stronger, but it doesn't change the function. The transfer factor, it's intelligence, how to deal with the individuality of someone. Just sees, okay, what's needed, what to do, let's rearrange it to the right place, and you get back on track. And due to my experience, that is the solution in the meantime to so many people working with the human design system, but there's missing something on the physical plane for the body. And there is the synergy, there is the synthesis. We can do it with this. In the beginning, when I was confronted with this knowledge, because it's completely different, I was told, and I learned, and it's true, it's not a mineral, it's not a vitamin, it's not a plant, it's not a supplement, it's not a medicine. And it was really hard in my brain to grasp it, because there was no cupboard to put it in. It's something different. So what is it? It's this tiny little intelligent tool from Mother Nature for every single life form to organize the integrity of the individuality, or if it's getting lost, just to reorganize it. As a musician, I have another example. Just imagine you go out in the evening, you want to listen to a symphony. Yeah? You go to the concert hall, and you know how it sounds 5 minutes before it starts. You have the best instruments, the best players on stage, but it doesn't sound like the symphony you want to listen to. But then one person enters the room, and this person doesn't have an instrument, doesn't even play an instrument. But it's the only person who has insight in the entire score and knows exactly the volume, the tempo, what every single instrument of this body with all these single cells has to play. When to start, when to make a break, everything to be organized. So this is the institution, in a sense, with the intelligence to make it possible that out of this cellular collection, in a sense, just there can be the sound of this symphony, how it was meant to be. And this is what the transfer factor is doing. It's the conductor. It's standing outside of the orchestra. And therefore it was obvious, whatever I had done in my job as a therapist, I was always working in a limited way inside of the orchestra. Let's rearrange a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this, and hopefully I got everything. And so, but now, with this possibility, just to read the score, you can call it, it's the DNA. And you would say, okay, it's able to read your chart, to say, hey, that's you were born with. this is the integrity of your individuality. And now, let's organize it on the physical plane. So you have the chance to bring the conductor into your flesh, into your body. The conductor will just see what's going wrong, what has to be rearranged, what has to be educated, what has to be strengthened in order to get the resilience at its optimum for you, because we are all different. You need your one, I need my one, and that's the capacity of really being different according to the individuality. During the last 10 years, since I'm working with the conductor, you can say, I have seen results I have never ever seen before. I learned a lot of think different in a different way. It's the intelligence of Mother Nature. Let's get back to the design of forms. When you look at the design of forms, you have the inanimate objects. And you have only the G center, and you have the gate 25. This is the innocence. And this is what you are. Your innocence is what you see in your body graph. Because you see, when you go on the cross of healing, you have the 25 and you have the 46. So it's the love to everything. That's your innocence, because your individuality is your innocence. And it's the love of the flesh. It's the love of your body. And the cross of healing, it's the 25-5. It's the only line where healing is mentioned. Is something that's integrated within the root center as well. You have the 52, which is the power of keeping still the entire system, and the joy, the 58. So this is something of rearranging. And then you can go a little bit further, because I was asked about how the transfer factor can be seen in the body graph, how it works. So it's the 25-5, it's the healing capacity, it's restoring or making sure that in terms of the love of the flesh, the integrity of the individuality will be guaranteed on the physical material plane. And via the root center, you have the contact to the splenic center. And now you see why the splenic center is the intelligence of the body. The splenic center is not the immune system. It's the washing machine. It's keeping the vehicle clean. Mostly the blood-brain barrier, so that we have just a clear track and thinking and orientation, and everything works fine. So when you look at the splenic center, it's the physical awareness. It has contact to all the different centers in the body graph. So it's not the mind, because the body, so underneath the throat. It has contact to the root, it has contact to the sacral, to the G, and it has contact to the throat. And it has also contact to the solar plex system, because the 50th gate, the lawgiver in the defense circuit, just gives the law to the 6th gate. The 50th gate can organize in the 6th gate, okay, close, or everything is fine, you can open again. So there's the impact to everything. But the splenic center is not able to move something, to create something, to manifest something. It's just be aware. So when you look at the function, the basic function, for example, of our immune system, there are three major functions. They all start with an R. First of all, it has to recognize. So what's going on? Is there an enemy? What do we have to do? Second, it has to cause a reaction. And third, it has to remember the process. We have memory cells. So this is what the splenic center is organizing towards the awareness. But there is something missing. This is what I learned from the scientists working and creating all of that stuff with the transfer factor. There's something missing, and this is regulation. It's not only recognizing, reacting, remembering, it has to be regulated. And for regulation, you need intelligence. And now we come back to the conductor. The conductor is regulating everything. And one of the most fascinating part of it, what the conductor is able to do, the conductor is able to do both at the same time. It can say to one part of the orchestra, hey, come on, step back a little bit. And to the other side, hey, come on, give a little bit more. And now you see, it sounds, and it was written from Mother Nature in the score, so that the symphony of your soul is able to be played on this holy instrument, your body, according to your individuality. And this is something, it's in a sense unbelievable, but the benefit of it can be experienced by everybody who wants to experience it. To be in a better range, to be in a better shape, energetically, physically, all the functions of your organs, the brain, the capacity to pay attention, but most of all, the energy level. And to me, in the meantime, it's like brushing my teeth. I do it every day. So, and if I have the chance to take these transfer factors in a daily routine or manner, so I do something for my body. But just imagine, in every single cell, while I'm talking here and you are listening, 100,000 of cells were newborn out of the marrow of your bones. And the same number of cells, they die. So we are in a constant process of exchange. So what if you have the chance to give all of these newborn cells the same what Mother Nature gives to all the newborns? But then it's over. So you will be newborn in a way you were meant to be right from the start when you were born. And because it's my decision, I'm not only just two pairs of teeth where I just take care every day, all of my life, I just a little bit more. And it's about my intelligence of the body. I want to enhance it. I want to make it sure that it's in its optimum to function. I want to be protected. I want to have a good resilience. I have a specific, and I'm sure you have it as well, you have a specific vulnerability and empathy. That's important. We don't have to close the door. But it's very important that you have the strength inside of you that you can work with the outer world, with other people, with your empathy, with all of this, and not to be threatened by the not-self from the outside. And the beauty is you can easily experience the strength inside of you. So I hope you have a little bit an overview about what I was talking about. If you have further questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Let's talk about it. It's really worthwhile and it's fascinating. Thank you.